you want to join my free prestige bag giveaway? Just make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to be entered for the chance to win. Is that good enough? Can I go home now?
Yeah, should be good. Just turn around though, I feel like this could be a bit more exciting.
What do you mean by that? Ah!
GPO has officially been closed for 2 minutes, and it feels like my life is slowly coming to an end. I can feel the hairs on my head falling out. I feel my lungs getting crushed harder and harder as it becomes more impossible for me to breathe. I can barely muster the strength to stand up out of my seat. I'm counting every millisecond that the game is closed in reckless abandon for the state of my body. My mom came into my room and checked on my well-being, and I can only reply to her by repeating the
"A devil fruit has spawned!"
sound effect. I'm starving for you. Release the game! Yo guys, Zoomer version of Degenerosity here, and we're gonna talk about the hit game based off of One Piece, GPO, or Grand Feast Online if you want to be a nerd. When I upload this, Update 5 has already come out, I would guess, but I wouldn't know what it's like as of writing this since I just started writing this after the fumbling event. Dog shit event estimation only got rares. But yeah, GPO is definitely one of the highlights for me right now because Roblox is dry, and there are hardly any new games to play. The only other game I'm excited for right now is Fire Emblem Warriors, but I think it's blatantly obvious that that isn't a Roblox game. This is the first actual content update that GPO has done in a really long time, and while this may just sound like a few more hours of tedious grinding, at least it isn't only to get some dogshit limited items that are going to be wildly overpriced in a year's time. Like, what I'm showing right now is an obvious joke, but I've seen and heard way worse trades for this item. Like, apparently you're supposed to give all fruits for it. Why? Anyway, I'm excited to see how good the fruits are going to be in Update 5. Especially Paw, since I love my boy Kuma. And I'm sad to see how sorry they did his ass. My man got sent back to the 1800s, bro. Look at him. Mochi went from bad pre-revamp to looking absolutely broken post-revamp. So, I'm glad for you motherfuckers. I hope you have a good time trading all of your legs for that shit. Leg fruit. The shadow fruit kind of just exists. Feels like it should have come with the Halloween event. But it looks cool, I guess. Revive fruit doesn't deserve to be this good, bro. What the fuck? Like, how many block breaks is that? There are also some great quality of life updates, like better looking water. This update's looking better already. We don't need to gather a bunch of log poses to know where we're going anymore. Lucky us. Also, we'll be able to know what fruit spawns with Fruit Notifier before we actually go and get it. I know paying $70 for Infinite Notifier wasn't a waste. Lastly, we got what is probably one of the highlights of the update, Observation Hockey V2. Wonder how that's going to change the game. Not that it ever really did much, since most don't even get to see any point in getting the first version. Hope there's actually a point in getting this next one, because I want to weed people like EDP weaves his punishment. That man came back for a whole 12 days, bro. Come on. Anyway, I will see you guys when the update comes out. I'll be playing Fire Emblem 3 Hopes if you need me. Also, these are some more trades that I've seen since I started making this video. Yeah, told you the economy was a trash heap. Wait, what do you mean the game's gonna be free in a week? The economy's screwed! Well, it's been a bit since the update came out, and quite the wait it was. Right for you? If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think this actually was a good update. Huh? Was it worth the 6 whole months of no content that we had to wait for it though? Fuck no. But a moderate amount of content that's here to stay is better than absolutely none. There were 2 new islands added. We'll talk about the smaller one later, but the main big island that was added was Thriller Bark. And you know it's going to be a good update when the island's directly from the show. Thriller Bark is a pretty big island that boasts a total of 3 bosses you can fight, all giving a couple of drops each. The first boss of the 3 is Ryuma, based on the dead samurai guy from One Piece. He can drop his soul, which you need 2 of to spawn the scary Batman, and is by far his easiest drop to get. His scarf, his outfit, and probably the highlight drop for this boss, Shisui, and Zoro's 4th sword. B4 had to get taken away because they didn't want my man to have 4 swords instead of 3. SMH.
Hey Zoro, how many swords have you had?
Why?
No reason. How many swords do you have now? Where's the 4th sword? Wait. What happened to the 5th sword? Zoro? What did Mihawk do to you? Zoro?
The next boss of this update is Borg. Damn bro, you fuck up one theory after holding it for multiple years and then you get so salty that you decide to start assaulting people.
Face the music a bit more. Yeah, but Morge also needs to protect himself.
Borg drops 3 items. His soul, which you also need 2 of to spawn Moria. His armor, and the gauntlet. Which, while it does not look like the best weapon for PvP or for grinding, it does look fun as hell. Imagine just jumping straight at your enemies and assaulting them. I've never been so excited to be charged with battery. The last boss from this island is Moria, who is the big raid boss of the island. He has a total of 5 drops. His top hat, Moria's necklace, Bat Swarm, the game's first ear accessory, Moria's scissors, and lastly, his outfit. Next, we have the first actual event boss that was added to the game, Brook, straight out of One Piece. Not gonna lie to you, I've killed this boss like 3 times, and I still haven't even seen what he looks like or what any of his moves look like. For me though, the highlight of this update was definitely the All-Seeing Eye, which serves as a replacement for the Infinite Devil Fruit notifier. Not only does it let you see what kind of fruit spawns and where, but it also doubles your chance of getting a legendary or mythical fruit. So as I said earlier, the $70 were worth it, and the 4 times chance on weekends really hits different. Okay, yeah, for this last one, I'm gonna get a bit heated. So, if anybody was looking forward to a Token Beaver rant, here you go. You know what really grinds my gears? Ignorant people. You know what also grinds my gears? Having absolutely nothing. And the Observation Hockey V2 minigame is an amalgamation of both of those. Earlier I said that I hope there will be a point to getting Observation V2, since most don't really see a point in getting the first one when in PvP and dungeons, your dodges are capped at 3. Well, luckily for me, there is a point to getting Observation V2, since not only does it allow you to see the stats of people who you look at, allowing you to know what fruits and weapons they have, and making it actually pretty decent for PvP, but it also allows you to see fruits that are on the ground. So, in the case that you're on an island and you don't know where a spawn fruit is, you can just turn it on and it'll help you see the fruit easier. You see, in order to get this version of Observation Hockey, you need to play a minigame. What kind of minigame do I have to play, you ask? Well, I'll answer your question with another question. Have you heard of Osu? Well, I definitely have, seeing as I played it before. Am I good at it? No, definitely not. But I'm at least able to do a 2-star level, which should be perfectly enough for what you have to do here. But it isn't. In the minigame, you have to click on circles at just the right time so you can get as close to a perfect as possible and get at least 300 points to beat the minigame. This sounds simple, right? Just a few circles for a bit and then be done with it. Nice and easy. I would have thought so too.
If the factors added in didn't make it a far more ridiculous task.
Those circles you have to click, they are literally the size of a pea. Sometimes I try to move my mouse and click on the button in time and I move my mouse past the button. And then since I missed the last button, I end up missing the button that comes after. and it just starts a chain of misses that I can't stop unless I go to the next button after. I've adapted to doing this since, but it's just an annoying thing. I swear that I've seen people skip more buttons than me, who tried to get as many as possible, and then score better than me when it looks like they're doing worse. Another thing that really grinds my gears about this minigame is that as the time goes on, it gets progressively more difficult.
What?
You start off with easy or normal, don't remember which one, but eventually you get to the hard difficulty, which is definitely hard, but way more manageable than the last difficulty. Harder. This difficulty is absolutely ridiculous when you get to it, and most people literally use an auto clicker and drag their mouse around when they get to the point because of how fucking stupid the timing is. The last thing is what definitely pisses me off the most, how other people find it so easy. Like, oh, you were able to do it in 3 tries? That's good for you! But I'm currently trying to solve my own problems, and I'm not you, so just shut up.
What? No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
Boy, pissed me off especially, because when he said he wasn't going to change the minigame, and that we could just do it because he did, for you, I don't care if you were able to do it even though you never played Osu. At least make these circles bigger. Holy shit.
Stop playing me, bro. Hey, come on. What you channeling on? What you channeling on, bro? What you channeling on, bro? Yo, stop talking to me like that, bro. Stop talking to me like that, bro. What's wrong, bro? What's wrong? What's up? Who you talking like that? Wait. Hold up. What the? You talking about me with bun, bro? Yo, bro, you bugging out. Stop talking like that. You got that fucking colors like that on your phone, bro. Stop playing with me, bro.
I did it. I got observation V2. Finally. Fuck you, boy, you fucking nick.